As the bride and groom kissed, the groom, a big douche to begin with, took a pair of hillbilly teeth out of his mouth and screamed, "I did it again, boys!"
Fuck. Oh, why is this? I hate that I find that legitimately funny. Yeah! Woo! I love that I can play this game one-handed. That means I get to eat food and also play the game at the same time.
That's good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, including children. I've been to a wedding where they specifically asked to not bring children. Of course, one couple defied them and said, "You won't even know he's there," when confronted. I'm certain everyone noticed the screaming child running around.
Yeah.
Right? We had about 15 people out of just over 100 who RSVP'd, yes, and didn't show up. And half of the people at the reception decided to rearrange the seating arrangements.
Oh.
Don't risk your phone making noise. Make sure it's on silent or turn it off. At my brother's wedding, I was the best man, and at the altar, when I realized that I hadn't silenced my phone, what do? Everyone is facing my direction. If I take out my phone to silence it, it looks like I'm checking my text. So I just prayed nobody would text or call. Complete terror of 20 to 30 minutes. Luckily, not a peep from the phone.
Honestly, if you're going to a wedding, it's just best to shut your phone off just entirely.
Yeah.
Like, even having it on silent is a little, because you can still feel the vibration on your leg and you'd be tempted to check it. Like, I turn my phone off all the way when I go to a theater, because I just think that's the most respectful thing you can do. And obviously no shame to people who don't do that. I'm just saying that's just what I do. And like, yeah, just check that shit when you when you have the time, but don't like check it. Like, obviously don't check it when during the fucking ceremony. Oh fuck, these zombies are moving fast as fuck.
Don't be rude to the staff. I work the soundboard at weddings. Please don't harass the staff. Some drunk dude comes up during the reception. Hey, can you play the cha-cha slide? I'm sorry, man. The bride gave me very detailed playlist that didn't include that for a reason. Stop annoying me every 5 minutes.
Cha-cha slide.
I'm being polite and non-committal because I have to.
Oh my god. Honestly, this isn't even a wedding thing. Just don't fucking be mean to staff at all. They're at their work. They're probably already fucking depressed.
Don't ask why someone isn't drinking. If you notice a girl not drinking at a wedding, don't ask why. I've had a few friends that haven't announced pregnancies yet that were trying so hard to avoid not being a dick at people's weddings, and had extended family friends trying to figure it out. Ugh.
Or just in general, like, again, not even a wedding thing. If someone's, like, at a party or at a bar with their friends and they're not drinking, just don't be an asshole about it. That's their choice. Also, we got a new plant. The Hypno Shroom. It makes zombies fight for you.
If you're giving a speech, don't embarrass the bride or groom, even if you think it's hilarious. I went to a wedding where the best man told in great detail what happened during their bucks night and ended up with a stripper tugging the groom's dick. But it was only for a few seconds. Fuck, it was awkward. You would have heard a pin drop from that room. That's not cool.
I mean, obviously, unless they're like, they specifically said, "Oh no, fucking roast me" on there. Like, unless someone gives you specific information, specific allowance to say, not bad things, but tell embarrassing stories during that. Maybe don't. Maybe just don't. And even then, try to keep it, like, funny and not, awkward.
Yeah. Really don't drink too much. A very good friend of mine got incredibly drunk at my wedding. While my wife and I were cutting the cake, he yelled out, "I fucked that cake!" That was a complete no-no.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what? And finally, don't have sex with the bride or groom if you're not the one getting married to them. True story, years ago, I was at a wedding reception at a big hotel that had 2 receptions going on at once. I went to the men's room and a guy in a tux was crying his eyes out while the other guy comforted him. I took my time and learned the crying guy was the groom from his other wedding, comforting guy was one of his groomsmen, and the cause of the drama with the groom walked in on his new bride having sex with his best man.
Oh. Yo, if you do that, you're a bad fucking person. I don't care who you are. You could be fucking Mahatma Gandhi. If you did that, you're a bad fucking person.
Okay. We're just gonna keep going on this wedding stream.
Just gonna keep on schmooing.
There's just something about weddings that will absolutely bring out the worst in people, and I don't know why.
Because they're stupid.
Alright. I worked at a banquet hall and witnessed a fully NASCAR-themed wedding. In the end, we had to call the police because the bride in a gown climbed over the bar to steal more alcohol after we had closed the tabs.
Oh.
The event is over. The bride told her mom she was going to an engagement dinner. It was the wedding. Oh, yikes. Oh!
That's a yikes from me, gamer.
The groom dirty danced with his stepmom, full hands on the ass. No!
I mean, on one hand, like it's not super bad because it's a stepmom and not his mom. But even then, you said the groom did it?
Yeah.
Bro, I'd take that as a hint that that man doesn't want to get married to you. He wants to get married to his stepmom.
Jesus Christ. At the reception, the groom and his groomsmen sung an awful a cappella version of Stand By Me. The worst part, he wasn't even singing it to his wife, he was singing it to his mom.
What is it with weddings and moms?
Oh, fucking no.
I mean, like, bad acapella, yeah, it can be kind of cringy, but it's also kind of cute. Like, yeah, this is bad, but I did it for you. So it can be cute, but it's like, not to your mom, not on your wedding, you idiot.
The bride took 3 hours to appear. After the ceremony, she and her spouse went up in an air balloon. The marriage did not last a year.
Wow, really? I wouldn't have guessed from the fact that she literally showed up, like, how she showed up late.
A sad setup. The potluck wedding with no alcohol or music. Groom kept showing people his flask and bragging about it. Macaroni was the only redeemable thing. But when I went to scoop it, there was beer in it.
I skipped over the fucking new plant that we got. We got a Scaredy Shroom. Oh, we got it right here. Scaredy Shroom. Long-range shooters that hides when enemies get near. Yeah, I'm not using it. Not gonna lie.
Oh my god. My sister broke her knee doing the Cotton Eye Joe.
Okay, that's funny. That's funny. That's really funny. I don't care.
Like something that, like, my aunt would do.
Sounds like something I would do. The fucking Cotton Eye Joe.
I was a photographer for a wedding where the bride was marrying a man with 2 kids from a previous relationship. I was in the bridal suite when the bridal party was getting ready, and all of the bridesmaids had matching silk robes. The flower girl groom's daughter was there too. They asked me to take a group photo in the bridal party, and one of the women in a silk robe was standing awkwardly to the side. I thought she was just shy or something, so I waved her into the photo and the room got dead silent. And the bride was like, "Oh no, we don't want her in the hot photos," and glared at me like I should have known. She was the groom's ex-wife and was there to take care of the flower girl.
Oh. Ooh. Ooh. I mean, okay. This might just be me, but maybe don't get married to somebody unless you can, like, get their kids on board as well, if they already have kids. Like, maybe that's not the greatest idea.
Invited your husband's ex-wife.
That too. Well, okay. That's
your child.
That's why I said, like, you gotta get in good terms with the kid, because then you don't have to rely on the ex-wife to take care of it. The kid, you could just take care of it. Then again, taking care of a kid during a wedding just doesn't sound fun at all, no matter what party you are.
This is why we don't invite the kids to the wedding.
Yeah. We have nannies for a reason, by the way, guys. Just hope you know. For anybody watching, we have nannies for a reason, and it's a really good fucking reason.
That was fucking brutal to read. Oh no, we don't want her in the photos. And glared at me like I should have known. Oh fuck.
And then again, like, okay, you can't really just expect him to know that. Like, maybe he should have done the slightest amount of research on who he's photographing for, but even then, like, maybe tell him that instead of just expecting him to just know.
Jesus fucking Christ. In the middle of the service, the minister's cell phone rang and he answered it. It was God. God wanted to talk to the groom. Conversation lasted a couple minutes, and then the ceremony continued.
It was God.
That's kind of funny.
Don't marry this woman. She's a
The bride
sinner.
got drunk and sat on some other dude's lap for 2 hours and flirted with him, while the groom sat by himself at the head table with a defeated look on his face.
Oh. I feel that. Oh, poor dude. Oh, that sucks. That legitimately hurt. I don't even know the guy.
That made me, like, actually upset. Like, the ex-wife thing, and now this?
Yeah.
Jesus fuck. The bride and the groom asked their friends to save all their empty jewel pods and throw those as they walked down the aisle instead of rice.
Wait, what?
Do you need me to reread that?
Yes, please.
The bride and the groom asked their friends to save all of their empty jewel pods and throw those as they walked down the aisle instead of rice.
What the fuck's a jewel pod?
Like the juice you put in your jewel.
Oh! For some reason I thought you talked about like jewel, like gems. Not like
No.
jewel as in smoky wokey.
Mm-hmm.
No, I look like a fool.
They sang their vows to each other with an auto-tuned mic.
Oh, I mean, it's another one of those things where it's like it's cringy, but it's also kind of cute in a way.
It'd be really funny.
It is. It does
but
sound
no
really
one
funny
else.
too.
Them and no one else, but it's fine. And lastly, there's no words or label or anything for this. As the bride and groom kissed, the groom, a big douche to begin with, took a pair of hillbilly teeth out of his mouth and screamed, "I did it again, boys!"
Fuck. Oh, why is this? I hate that I find that legitimately funny. That shouldn't be funny. It's really not, but just the idea of a dude loudly shouting after kissing his wife, "I did it again, boys!" Alright.
At a reception, the groom did a striptease while removing the bride's garter, then remained topless for the remainder of the wedding.
The groom did that? Was that during the ceremony or during the, like...
The reception.
Okay, then that's fine. I was gonna say, if that was at the ceremony and the priest has to watch that, like... No. At the ceremony, yeah, it can be kind of, like, weird because your parents are there, I'm assuming. But, like, on the other hand, it can also be kind of cute. I don't know. Something about that sort of thing where it's just, like, if you do something kind of cringy and embarrass yourself, it's fine if you're doing that for another person, assuming that they're also on board with it. Like, doing it out of nowhere is a little weird, and maybe you shouldn't do that. But, like... I don't know. Also, we got a new plant.
Yay.
The Ice
The bread-
Shroom temporarily immobilizes all zombies on the screen. I'm not gonna use it.
Cool.
He's only useful for one part in the game, and you will know it because I will tell you when it happens. But for the most part, we don't use him.
The bride sprayed each guest with a large bottle of her favorite perfume as we entered the banquet hall, saying that she loved the fragrance and wanted to share that love with everyone celebrating with her and her new husband.
I mean, I wouldn't have a
someone might be allergic to perfume.
yeah. I wouldn't have a problem with it if she's asking like, hey, do you want to spray a perfume? But if she's just doing it randomly, it's not great. Maybe don't do that.
There are better things you could do.
Although a lot of these are just like, maybe don't do that.
I went to a wedding where the bride showed up almost 2 hours late in her yoga outfit. The groom shut it down when she refused to change her clothes, and he decided to leave her.
Yeah, maybe that was the best decision.
Oh,
Because she clearly doesn't give a shit if she's late to, if one, she's late to her own wedding, and two, doesn't even show up in her dress, and she shows up in yoga pants.
I went to a wedding where the bride decided to sing Carrie Underwood's song as she walked down the aisle. She wasn't a particularly talented singer, and she was singing over a track, so we could still hear the original vocals. Then, since she finished walking halfway through the song, she just stood there and sang the rest of it at the groom while we sat and watched. That's
See,
awkward.
that sounds like something you'd see in a movie, and because it was in a movie, people are gonna try and do it in real life, failing to realize that it's not gonna look as cool in the movie because life isn't a movie.
At my aunt and uncle's beach wedding, my uncle decided it was a good idea to ride a paddleboard into the reception. Well, it would have been an awesome
paddleboard?
idea, except that everyone could see him get on the board and go out into the ocean, then turn right around and come back.
The fuck's a paddleboard?
So, you stand on it, and you've got like a big paddle, and you just kind of move around.
You kind of just, paddle, JJ, you fucking idiot.
Paddle? What else do you do on a paddleboard, dipshit? Fuck ass, stupid head.
I hate you. Shut the recording off.
At the beginning of the reception, the bride and groom made us all stand up and sing the national anthem.
That's some America shit right there, brother. Hell yeah.
Red-blooded American girl. What the fuck is going on?
What, in the game?
Yeah.
That's a disco zombie, and I hypnotized him, so now I have my own disco zombie. It seems to be working.
Nice. I went to a wedding a few years back in which the groom pulled out a sheet of paper and read a long, intimate vows, completely pouring his heart out for like 5 minutes. And when he was done, the bride just giggled awkwardly and said, "Ditto."
Oh no, dude. I mean, it's awkward, but it's also really funny. I feel like that would have been like a bit that they were doing, but like, if that, like, she just legitimately didn't know what to say, like, that's fine, but it's like, I mean, come on. You couldn't come up with vows that's kind of like the whole point of them, to like, do them.
The married couple had recently left the city to live a simpler life and buy an apple orchard. They really doubled down on the apple theme at their wedding. There were apples everywhere, on the tables, in baskets all around the venue, and on the podium where they got married. Plus, there were pictures of apples hanging everywhere, small fake trees with apples tossed underneath. The dude marrying them was wearing an apple tie, and they somehow managed to incorporate apples into every dish at the reception, even the cake. They sold the orchard a few years later.
Aw. I mean, okay, first of all, we got a new plant. It's the Doom Shroom. Destroys a large area, leaving a crater in its wake. I'm also...
You were not fucking kidding. Like, you said, like, the plants in this game either look, like, super friendly or they look, like,
angry as shit, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, like, again, I don't have a problem with aesthetic or themed weddings. maybe don't do that with the food, because not everybody's gonna like apple-based food, especially synthetic apple-based food. But like, I don't know, like the idea of having like an apple-themed wedding, like yeah, they did it to an extreme that seems kind of cringy, but at the same time, like it's kind of cute in a way.
Mm-hmm.
That's mainly what I've garnered from this. Like, yeah, some things probably seem pretty cringy, but they're also kind of cute in a way, as long as they're not, you know, being a bad person.
Bride brought her daughter's umbilical cord to the wedding.
Huh?
No, her daughter wasn't dead. She was alive and attending the wedding. Why would you bring that? Why would you bring that?
Why do you still have that?
How did you get that from the hospital?
She stole it.
Can you just like, yeah, wrap that up. I'll take it home.
I'll have it for dinner tomorrow.